Hey guys, Josh Paul here. As many of you know, we just returned from West Virginia where we were able to team up with the Gathering Church out in Moravian Falls. We were able to take bottled water, diapers, and food and all kinds of other supplies up to the families who pretty much lost everything in the devastating floods that just swept through West Virginia. We had a chance to go inside some of the homes and see firsthand what they experienced. We got to hear some of their stories, and we were able to capture some of that and bring it back with us. So I want you to watch this all the way through.
It was horrible. There was about 5.5 feet of water in the mayor's office. Completely wiped out my mayor's office. It wiped out the senior citizens building, which that's where a lot of the seniors went to congregate for lunch. They delivered lunches out of that building. It was all the way up to the top of the old bank foundation. There's up all the way up on this end, there's a road called Short Road. There were buildings up there that floated all the way down, and they're all the way down here beyond county line now, sitting in trees. At one point it was 39 feet. I have a home to go to. These people don't have a home to go to. And when you go talk to them, you will absolutely, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, I mean, I have 6 kids, 3 grandkids, and I could see down like baby beds going down and baby mattresses. They're little 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers, and then you didn't know what was going on in town and you couldn't get to it. We lived right on the other side of Go-Mart, and that whole mountain came out, so we were like trapped down there until they got that cleaned, and then you couldn't get past the old restaurant up into town until Friday. Yeah, my nephew just got his new home after, well, he's just a year younger than me, but he just got his new home, and it's in Clendon, and he was in Virginia. He lost everything that he owns and has to move back in with family, but thank God none of our babies or kids or anything were lost here. That's because of God.
The one that impacted me the most, the story, was the girl didn't have any shoes today. She had just a pair of sandals and her feet were bleeding. And I tried to give her the shoes off my feet and she wouldn't take them. And she picked up her little boy to carry him through the water over here, and she said, my feet are bleeding because I don't have any other shoes to put on. And I said, well, let me give you my shoes. You can just have mine. I have others with me. And she said, no, I couldn't do that. She wouldn't let me give her my shoes. So, but I would have, and I'd have been fine because I can go home tonight to my house, but she doesn't have any other shoes. So that was within the first 15 minutes of us being here.
But that's why I still don't know about I have family down in Clendon, and I don't know. I mean, they lost their businesses and everything, but I don't know about my other family. I can't get a hold of them. Then in Greenbrier County, there were 17 people I think killed there. And it's just like death and destruction all around.
I went to leave for work at about 3 o'clock, and as I was driving out, the river was almost to the road. And I was dropping the kids off at the babysitters, and I had a friend show up and tell me I couldn't get to work, that there was something in the road in Summersville. I don't remember what they said, a rock slide or something. So I came home. I cooked the kids dinner, got them in the bathtub, and when I got them out of the bathtub, I could see, like, from the bathroom, the river in the back. And I kept checking on it about every hour or so, and it wasn't up very high yet. So when I got them out of the bathtub, I came around to where the back steps are on the house, and the river had split like this, and it was already up on the steps. So I had about 15 minutes to get the kids out of the house, and then...
So she spent the night in the car.
Where was the car?
Right on the other side of this brown building up here.
She took it up in the neighbor's driveway.
Me, 2 dogs, and 2 kids spent the night in the car. In the back hallway against the wall, it was about this deep in the bedrooms.
I lost 2 freezers, a refrigerator in the building, 2 vehicles. One we have had less than a month. Refrigerator, dishwasher, stove, washer, dryer, heating stove, furnace, air conditioner.
The house.
The house.
Everything.
All the kids' toys. If it was below waist level, it's gone.
because that's all of my grandbabies' pictures and trophies and little tiaras and stuff that they've won. So we're thankful for that. But he got most everything. These are my babies when they were babies, so I helped my daughter, tried to help my daughter get most of hers out. Here, at first, what they were calling for wasn't going to be that big a deal because I figured we could just get everything up, we'd be okay. So we were trying to put stuff up until I finally realized that it's not happening the way it was supposed to. So I told my daughter, I said, stop what you're doing right now. I said, change tactics. I said, you have to just get what you have to have. I said, if you want to keep the baby's pictures, get their pictures, get anything, you need to keep. I said, anything that you cannot ever replace. So she started doing that, and I mean, it just started pouring in. We tried to sandbag the door over there with, probably 100 pounds of sackcrete because we had sackcrete we were gonna use to pour a footer. Yeah. We tried to sandbag the door with that. There's the pups. Sandbag the door with the sackcrete, and it started hitting so hard, I just pushed the sackcrete across the living room. And I mean, it just started pouring in from everywhere. She was in there trying to save what she could. My granddaughter's birthday was the Saturday after. So we made sure we got the tote and stuff that had her birthday gifts in it. Yeah. So we want to make sure she had those. Yeah. By the time we come out, I'd almost let her stay too long. We come out, it was probably about chest deep or so when we come out of that room there to get her out. Those two doors were already blocked because the freezer turned over in front of that one. So we were trying to get out this door, something had come up behind it. It was open a little bit, so I was trying to it took me I'd say about 10 minutes to get what was behind it out so that we could finally get out this door and go out the back door. So when we got over to the house, my daughter's husband called and they took her out in a boat. She walked down through here and down through the woods and stuff till she could meet up with the boat on down. I've never seen anything like it, and I've never seen water come up so quick ever. I mean, it took me a few minutes to realize what was happening.
There's no work here. We're a very poverty-stricken state to begin with, but what we have is ours, and we worked for it. And we're not going to let the flood destroy it. Down the road they were flooded first. They got the flood waters, and that was where our convenience store was. That's where everybody went to go get gasoline. We went there to get milk, bread, whatever we needed. A lot of people here worked there. They were also our auto parts store and our garage. So when the flood waters came in, they had propane and they had gas tanks and all this. Well, next thing you know, we started having explosions from those gas tanks, and it was just one right after another, boom, boom, boom. And first the store caught on fire, and then the auto parts caught on fire, and then the garage caught on fire, and now it's completely gone. And so not only will people not be able to just go down the road, a lot of people would just walk down the road to get what they needed. They have to go 5 miles in either direction to get to the nearest gas station or even grocery store. And people here, you got to understand that, like I said, it's a poverty-stricken area. A lot of people didn't have cars, and if they did have cars, a lot of them lost them in the flood with their homes. And so now, how are we going to get there to get this stuff? There's the house that I told you we were going to go see, the back part of that house that faced the river, and this was, anywhere between 40 to 50 feet above the water. But when it faced, the front part of the house that faced the river is now turned completely, flipped around to where the back side of that house faces the river. I mean, it took it completely off its foundation to where the foundation is empty now. There's people up there that are living in campers that have medical problems, and they're living off of generators.
And there are people that say, well, I lost my home and we don't have anything, but I'm happy I'm alive. And that's really been the sense today. Everybody's happy that they have their lives, even if they don't have their stuff.
And that's, like I told you a little bit ago, that is exactly what West Virginia is about. The whole state is about pulling together in times of crisis and making it happen, because we have to. We don't have anything to begin with. These people did not have They don't have jobs. 90% of them worked in the mines at some point, and then the mines are gone. And so there is no work. There's no way to find work. But this is our home.
FEMA's not here yet. All those donations that was on the porch, those are church groups and just individual people. There's been no state help yet that I know of. It's all been churches and just people.
They lost everything they have. I cannot imagine my home didn't get touched. It didn't, because I live up on the hill over here. But this is my home. These are my people, and they're destroyed. The sadness. And so we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you more than you know.
You guys, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this trip possible. Thank you to the gathering. Thank you to the volunteers that came with us. Thank you for the friends and partners of Josh Paul Ministries who make things like this happen, not just this week, but year round. You guys are making those trucks go up into the mountains. We're feeding and clothing thousands of people each year, and I just want to say thank you. We do want to plan to go back to some of these hardest hit areas, because we know that after the TV cameras leave from Fox and CNN, these families are still there. We get to go home at night, but these families are still there living in those houses, sometimes with no place to sleep. So we want you to join us in going back, and here's Andrew to tell you how you can do that.
If you or your church group would like to get involved, go to joshpaul.org or call the number on your screen. We would love for you to go with us on one of these mission trips. It truly is a life-changing experience. Again, go to joshpaul.org or call the number on your screen, because together we can make a difference in the Appalachian Mountains and beyond.